Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki, known here as the One-Handed Bandit, and I created this blue gorgeous eye with a gold inner tear duct highlight. And if you would like to see how I created this look, keep watching. The place today, so now I'll be dipping into the Crayon Case Watch Me Blush palette, and I will be using this brown shade called Hot Cocoa. And I don't do too many colorful looks, so I decided to add a little bit more to my channel with doing some colorful looks. With that black shade Chat just to redefine that outer V because we lost a little bit of the pigmentation. And I didn't show the gold, but I'm using the gold shade from the Crayon Case palette in my inner tear duct. And for foundation, I'm using Girl True Blend foundation in D40. And for concealer, this is the Maybelline Age concealer that I used on my lids. I'm just going to add that to my under eye area as well as my nose. And now that that concealer is all blended out, we're going to contour my nose using the Fenty matte stick in the shade Truffle. I watch a lot of Makeup Shayla videos, and I notice when she contours from her brows down her nose. So I decided I'll try that out because of course I want a season 10 beat. And to set my under eye area, I'll be using the Fenty setting powder in the shade Honey. I've been using this setting powder since I got it, and I've been using it with my high-end foundation, so I decided to use it with a drugstore foundation just to see how it blends, and it works amazing. And to set the contour on my nose, I'll be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Mohogany. And to set the rest of my face, I'll be using the ColourPop Press Setting Powder in the shade Deep Dark. And for blush, I'm going to be using this Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio in Cocktail Party, and I'll be using this orange coral shade on my cheeks. And dipping back into the Festival palette, I'll be using that orange shade on my bottom lash line. And for highlighter, I'll be using the Juvias Place the Heroine Glow 1 highlighter, and this is the highlighter, and I'm just going to add that to my cheeks. And ever since I've been using the 501 brush for highlighter, I've noticed that I've been loving my highlighter, so I'll definitely keep using that brush for highlights. And for lips, I'll be using the Fenty Beauty Stunna lip paint in the shade Unveil, which is a deep chocolate brown shade. And now that we are at lips, that is the end of this look. I do appreciate you for watching. I hope that you click that subscribe button so that you can be notified whenever I upload videos. And I will see you in my next video.